Mr. Elf takes a holiday. Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom. It's Tuesday, but Mr. Elf has delivered King Thistle's Monday morning breakfast. Egg and baked beans. "Oh dear," says King Thistle. "I always have muffins on a Tuesday. You have been working too hard, Mr. Elf. You must go away on holiday for a rest." "But I don't like holidays," says Mr. Elf. Princess Holly, Ben Elf, and Mrs. Elf love holidays. Mr. Elf looks worried as they set off in the elf plane. "Do try to enjoy yourself," says Mrs. Elf. "But what if something goes wrong?" says Mr. Elf. "Don't be silly," says Mrs. Elf. "What could possibly go wrong?" But something does go wrong. The engine has a problem and Mr. Elf has to land the elf plane in the sea. Splash! "Oh look! A deserted island!" says Mrs. Elf. "What a lovely place for a holiday!" "Oh no! Oh no! Stranded on a deserted island!" says Mr. Elf. "How will we get home?" "Don't worry," says Ben. "We will write a message and put it in a bottle. The bottle will float away and someone will find it and come and rescue us." "How long will it take?" says Mr. Elf in a worried voice. "Only about 20 years, says Holly. Mrs. Elf, Ben, and Holly are enjoying their holiday, but Mr. Elf is bored. "Do try to relax," says Mrs. Elf. "I can't," says Mr. Elf. "I can only relax when I'm very busy." Mr. Elf goes off to explore the island and find something to do. Meanwhile, in the Little Kingdom, Strawberry, Jack, and Barnaby are missing Ben and Holly. "They've been gone for ages," says Strawberry. "Oh look, what's that?" The friends take the message to the wise old elf. "It's from Ben Elf. They're trapped on a deserted island," says Barnaby. "We must rescue them at once," says the wise old elf. Mr. Elf has been relaxing by being hard at work. He found a huge coconut and now he's busy building a hut. "I'm having a lovely time," he says. The others are bored. They're fed up with eating coconuts and want to go home. Elf rescue arrives. "Hooray!" cry Ben, Holly, and Mrs. Elf. "I don't want to leave," says Mr. Elf. "What about my work?" "You have lots of work to do at home," shouts the wise old elf. "All right, I'll go back and sort it out," sighs Mr. Elf. "But I must say, this has been the best holiday I've ever had." The end.